Good evening, my name is Katarzyna Nowicka and welcome to Poland Daily News. Freedom, family and prosperity. These are the core values presented in President Andrzej Duda's speeches given at the final stretch of the election campaign. Today, the so-called Dudabus is traveling through Wielkopolska, Silesia and Małopolska. The president is to finalize his tour through the country with a meeting with the inhabitants of Stary Sącz, which will end just before the election silence.
We must do everything to ensure that Polish families live on a truly European level, including financial terms. This is not a matter of the 500-plus benefit program, but of salaries. Salaries in Poland must continue to grow, even more dynamically than before. This is the great task ahead of us. Experts say that at this rate of growth, the average salary in Poland in 2025 should be at a level of 1,800 euros. Ladies and gentlemen, my answer is short. No, it must be 2,000 euros. For this generation, which is still young and does not yet understand much, we should leave them a Poland they will not only be proud of, but which they will be able to develop further, in which they will live safely. A Poland with a fair system, an honest country which develops well, and where decent living conditions are guaranteed. This is what is at stake in these elections, and this is why I ask for your support. Long live Poland.
I dlatego proszę Państwa o wsparcie. Niech żyje Polska.
RAFAŁ TRZASKOWSKI, the presidential candidate of the Civic Platform Party and the main political opponent of the incumbent President Andrzej Duda, presented his electoral program in the very last hours before the electoral silence. The program is entitled New Solidarity 2020. Today, the Civic Coalition candidate promised his supporters that he is the president the Poles are waiting for.
At this last stretch of the campaign, I would like to ask you for even more determination and energy, which I see everywhere I go. I traveled across the entire country, from south to north, from west to east, and everywhere I went, I saw huge mobilization. I was told it would be the easiest in Greater Poland, in Silesia, in Pomorze, and that we would only go to these provinces. But then we went to Podhale, to Świętokrzyskie, to Podkarpacie, to Mazowsze, and everywhere it was the same, because we are all the same, and we all have the same dreams and aspirations, and we will not be divided.
Takie same aspiracje I nie damy się podzielić.
3 people were killed in a knife attack this afternoon in Glasgow, Scotland. 6 individuals, including a police officer, were wounded. The perpetrator was shot by the police. The attack constitutes the second mass stabbing in the UK in less than a week, following a terror attack in Reading, which claimed 3 lives.
According to BBC, the incident occurred in front of a hotel in the Glasgow city centre. The man attacked 3 people standing in the hotel's staircase and then threw himself at the intervening policeman. 3 people died, and shortly thereafter, the attacker was shot by one of the officers. In an official statement, the Scottish police stated that the situation is now under control and there is no possible danger to the local residents.
London police officers were attacked while attempting to disperse an illegal party in the early hours today, the second such incident in the British capital in 2 days. Objects were thrown at officers by revelers in the Notting Hill area of West London, a scene of one of a number of unlicensed music events.
Objects were thrown at officers by revelers in the Notting Hill area of West London, the scene of one of a number of unlicensed music events. An eyewitness described how around 10 armed response vans pulled up along the street at around midnight. As Britain has begun to ease strict coronavirus lockdown rules, police have had to deal with a number of illegal parties and raves across the country, with many people flouting guidelines that only groups of up to 6 can meet outdoors. On Wednesday night, 22 officers were hurt, and a number of patrol cars were vandalized when trouble broke out at an unauthorized music event associated within Brixton, South London. The problems of the British police have been made worse by the good weather. Thursday hot and sunny day saw thousands venturing out, resulting in gridlock on the roads, antisocial behavior, and alcohol-fueled fights. The United Kingdom has the largest number of coronavirus infections in Europe, now standing at well over 300,000 and with more than 40,000 fatal cases.
Members of the Pakistani opposition are criticizing Prime Minister Imran Khan after he told Parliament that al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden had been martyred in 2011 by U.S. forces. Bin Laden, who masterminded the 9/11 attacks on the United States, was killed in a raid on his hideout in the Pakistani city of Abbottabad after eluding detection for nearly 10 years.
Pakistan was not aware of the operation to kill bin Laden, which involved U.S. helicopters flying deep into the country from Afghanistan. Prime Minister Khan's speech came in response to a U.S. State Department report that accused Pakistan of continuing to be a safe haven for regionally focused terrorist groups. I will never forget how we Pakistanis were embarrassed when the Americans came into Abbottabad and killed Osama bin Laden, martyred him. Opposition leader ASIF, the foreign minister in the previous government, was among those who objected to the remark. He described bin Laden as the ultimate terrorist. Imran Khan declared Osama bin Laden a martyr today. You can see that in his statement that he declared him a martyr. Bin Laden brought terror to this land. He was the ultimate terrorist. He destroyed my nation, and Imran Khan is calling him a martyr. International observers have long wondered how bin Laden could hide for so many years in Abbottabad, a city under the strict control of the security services.
That's all for tonight. Now on to Poland Daily Business. Good night.